You know, God said to be in the world, but not of it. And so when you're born again of God, what he's doing, not only has he renewed your heart, you don't have hatred anymore, right? You have perfect love. So what he's doing is getting rid of all the ego so that the world cannot control you. And so if they call you names and you overreact to it, or if they lie on you and you overreact to it, what that is saying to you is too important to you. It's still your God. And that's why you're overreacting. And so when someone does that and you get in your head and you feel mad or you feel happy or you feel whatever, just relax in it. He will take that away from you. And then when the world tried to attack you with it, it wouldn't be a big thing because you no longer have any fear about it. Your ego has been taken away. That's not important anymore. So that's why these things are happening, to make you strong and for you to know that you're with God. He would, it's amazing, he would take all that away from you. And then someone would come back again and try it on you, and you'd be like, wow, that didn't matter this time. It used to wipe me out, but now it doesn't matter. So let all these things happen to you. Don't try to fight it, but endure them when they happen. Go through the pain. When Satan is talking to you, they lied on you, everybody now think of you that way, or they're trying to take your job, or this. It's too important to you. That's why you're having so much pain about losing it, and that's why Satan can use it against you. All right? But I'm telling you, it's so amazing. If you just take the pain and do what you're doing, your work or whatever, it will be taken away. Because God said that we should love him with all our heart, soul, and might, along with nothing else. We can't love ourselves. We can't love our children. We can't love our money, our jobs, our places, friendship, and none of that more than him. He has to be first. And then he will separate you from all this stuff that controls you, and you'll be fine. One of the reasons white people have not spoken up, because blacks have discovered that white people love their stuff. They love first-class life. They love the best college. They love the best job. They love the best seat on the airplane. They love the best neighborhoods. They love the best everything. And so what the haters do, they say, I'm going to take your job. I'm going to take your house. I'm going to take your child. And if you overreact to it, they got you. You're not going to do anything because they see that you're afraid. But God would take that. I'm telling you, I'm a living witness to that. I had no idea when I was going through all that pain that the things that were important to me, he was taking it away. And especially with the kind of job I do, there are so many haters out there. If they could call you names and they lie on you, you'll back down. But if you're dead from that, you're in the world but not of it, you keep going. And that's what the president does. The president, he is a perfect example what it is to live as a son of God. Because the world hate him, and they call him names, they lie on him, they say this and that about him, they say, I'm going to take your money, I'm going to take your house, and he doesn't care because he's not attached to those things anymore. And yet God will provide for you. So when they do that to you, don't fight it, because Satan will play on your mind, and after a while you'll jump off the bridge and kill yourself. All right? So be glad when you use that word and they call your name, and you felt, Satan said, oh man, they think this about you, and you felt weird, be glad for that. Rejoice in that, meaning don't be mad about it. And don't try to get rid of the pain. Let it stay, because that's something you need to overcome. Otherwise, you will not be able to live in the world. You'll be in the world and of it, all in the name of Jesus, controlled by the world. We can't let anything or anybody be so important to us before God. You have to love him with all your heart, soul, and might. So Cheryl, that's why it's happening, because he's taking care of you. He's renewing your mind. He's separating you from the things in the world that the world can control you with. Because if you notice, as soon as someone gets angry at you, what do they say? I'm not going to be friends with you anymore. I'm not going to let you play with my kids anymore. Or when men and women have out-of-wedlock children, sometimes in wedlock, what's the first thing the woman does? She take your child, because that's the most important thing to you. She'll take whatever's important to you. But if she said, oh, I'm going to take your child away from you, and you're like, okay, you can have it. Take it. She ain't going to take it. She'll come up with something else to try to see if she can control you with it. But he will take that relationship away from things. That's why I said, don't be spending your money in courts over some baby. You're wasting your money with lawyers trying to get visitation rights. Tell her, okay, you can have it. Take that baby. I'll go buy me a house, have a real life. Don't let anything be that important to you. And that's what God is doing, is taking those things away from you. That makes sense? Yeah. So be glad. And you'll see that, wow, I didn't know that was so important to me. It shouldn't matter what people call you. Not at all. It shouldn't matter if they lie on you. It should, don't even worry about your character. If they find out your character is very important to you, you want people to think of you in a certain way, they'll destroy that if it's too important to you. You just want to be a living being of God, has his nature, and live with him. And that's how you live in the world, but not of it. Because the world are fighting one another over things, people, places, and things. There was this woman, Cortez, and somebody said that, I want the name of everybody who voted for Donald Trump. What the? Because she thinks that's more important than anything else, so she's going to go after what is important to put fear in you or to make you feel good in order to control you. Yes, Cheryl. Okay, yeah. Let me take Cheryl first. That makes sense?
Yes.
I could care, in all honesty, but I didn't know going through the pain that was happening until years have gone by, and I noticed that people say things and do things to me, and it doesn't even bother me. I'm like, why do you care? You're like, and it's not even important to me. I love what's right with all my heart, all my soul, and all my might. More than I do my own kids. I remember my son used to get mad at me a lot. And he was like, I'm not going to talk to you. I'm like, thank God. And I'll just let him go and work it out, and then he'll come back. And then he'll start bugging me. He want to hang out a lot, right? I'm like, it's better off when you're mad. At least I can measure the time. Yes.
Is that
so that's why it's happening.
Okay. Is that why maybe when you're waking up or whatever happens, that God takes certain people out of your life?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. It's so interesting. Even in your blood family, when you truly wake up and you see that, wow, they hate me. Because now you disagree with them or your conversation is different. And now or you go to your mother just to say, I'm sorry for resenting you. And when you tell her that, she builds an army against you, right? And so you're like, wow, I thought these were my family members. Why did they just believe what she said without even asking me about it? But what happens is you'll see that they're not real family. They may be blood family, but no one that you can put your trust in or you can believe. You don't want to hang out with them. He allows you to see that so you can you're safe from it. Yes, Cheryl?
I was just agreeing because we're going to have a women's meet. I can discuss more there, but it's like at a certain point in time, I found myself alone. Like alone, like
but
alone.
He's with you.
I get that, and also what I've been realizing is that I made other things and other people my God.
Yes.
And it's almost like he came in and said, like,
God loves us in a way that words cannot express. Because I never would have thought of him cleaning up the things in my life that I thought was important, that would control me, that I thought I needed. But he would take all that away, and you become his son or daughter. He loves you not like we can imagine. So the pain is to overcome whatever's important to you. If someone can make you feel something or think something, they got you. It's too important to you. And then, so what you got to learn how to do is not overreact. And the way you learn not to overreact, you got to be aware of yourself. Because sometimes things will come just like that and you've overreacted already. And now you feel the pain. But the more you become aware of yourself, the less you're going to overreact. Because you can overreact just by hearing about it. And say to tell you something, and now you feel pain. And it never happens, right? Nothing ever becomes of it. But you lived it out in fear, as though something did happen. But if you watch those thoughts, you're less likely to go through that. And if you go through it, you'll overcome it completely. All right? So relax. He's taking care of you. Endure the pain. Let me take here and then your question. Yes. So about the good look thing, so when somebody tell you you're not good looking,
Oh yeah.
you just said, wow.
But this
that's
is
amazing.
a long time ago, and since then I've heard like the opposite, but I just can't shake it for some reason.
So now when they tell you that, be glad.
Okay.
Because that's something that he would take away from you.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
it wouldn't matter how they see you.
Right.
All right, so
Yeah.
take the pain. If you find yourself in the thought about it,
Mm-hmm.
take the pain of it and still do your life, go to the gym, or
Right.
go wherever, and it'll be taken away from you.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
You just die from that. It's too important.
It's way
And
too
that's the
important.
only way you're going to live in the world and not be of it.
Right.
He's taking everything that's important to you away from you,
Mm-hmm.
and yet he will provide for you in ways that you cannot imagine. Really. You cannot imagine. So allow yourself to go through that.
Gotcha.